G'day guys, how's it going? Alright, welcome to bloody budget bike build part 7 of the Virago 250. Alright, so from last week, this bloody rim, I'm going to give you a look at this rim. I'm going to do some sandblasting. I've got some different bloody sandblasting grits over there. You can see I've got myself set up with a little mini sandblasting setup. Also got to have a look at these forks. So I said I wanted to basically have these rims done and hopefully the forks, and I'm on track for doing that. Let's have a look at this stuff. Rightio guys, so here's the rim. So obviously I've done a lot of scrubbing and rubbing and grinding and whatever on the rim as well as these spokes. I've used this rust buster 3 times now on this, and it's pretty much got most of the stuff. You will see, and if I can look out there, there's a bit of rust there, a little bit of rust here. I mean, but overall it's pretty good. There's down on here a little bit of rust, but overall it's pretty good. Now some people have said, oh, you should replace the spokes. I don't know how to do that. I don't even know where to start buying the spokes, how much it would cost, how long it would take me to actually do that. Do I have the skill to do that? So this is why I'm trying to do it this way, something that I know I can do, and that's just trying to bloody get it right, and that's, you know, rubbing and scrubbing and all that kind of stuff. Some other people said, oh no, they're too far gone, they're rooted, it's unsafe. Bullshit. I call bullshit on that. They're not unsafe. These are still in good nick. They're not bloody, you know, rotting away or anything like that. These will be fine. It's just cosmetic, basically. All right, let's go and have a look at the grit that I'm going to use. So over here, if you've been following, you'll know that I tried this glass bead stuff, and it just wasn't abrasive enough. So I've now gone and got some of this stuff. And what this is, I don't know, but it basically says abrasive sandblasting grit, sharp edged, very fast cutting, abrasive, blah, blah, blah. So hopefully that's going to work better. I've got another thing against me, and that is the air compressor. So my air compressor is only a small one, and I don't think what you need to have is 90 psi, which is what it's sitting at the moment. I'll try and get that up a little bit more, but as soon as you use it, it's going to drop down, so it's not going to hold it. So I'm most probably not getting enough pressure. Alright, so my hose goes all the way down here to my mini sandblasting unit, and that's this little bloody sandblaster thing that connects on the bottom of that. Hopefully, I'm puffing and puffing, but I tell you what, it is bloody hot, and the worst thing is it's just humid, really, really humid, so everything is just sticky. So now I'm going to suit up in it, and we'll have a crack at these rims. Rightio guys, so it's time to suit up in my stuff. When I'm doing the sandblasting, I'm going to try and use some Glad wrap over this camera, because obviously sandblast on a lens is not very good, just so I can kind of like get you guys in there for a little bit. Alright, fast motion, here we go. Rightio, how does that look? Pretty bloody crazy, I know. Gloves, I need gloves. Rightio. Turn it on. Working like a treat. Rightio guys, so that has been going bloody fantastic. I don't know what my face looks like. Oh God, but I know all me on my arms is crazy. I'll bring it down and show you this. Rightio, so as you can hopefully see there, it's doing an absolutely good job now. So I've been concentrating on these bits here, going around doing all that, and they're just coming up really, really well. Now I noticed as I was going over these, where it was that chemical reaction, as it went through, there was actually rust underneath where I didn't think there was any rust. So this stuff isn't exactly all that it's cracked up to be, and you know, you might think that you've done it, but underneath there's still rust in there. So I think obviously sandblasting, which is what a lot of you guys said, is gonna be the deal. So the problem that I'm having is the compressor doesn't keep up with me bloody going. So when the compressor is fully compressed and I start, it just eats through the stuff really easy. But you know, a couple of and then I start to notice it lessens, so it takes longer, and it's just I need a bigger compressor. So I'm going to clean myself up. I'm going to just hold it at the moment, because now to go along all those bloody spokes is going to be quite the job. The sandblast with that particular grit is, I'm going, it's brilliant. It works, it does exactly what it's supposed to do. So I think what I'm going to do is invest in a bigger compressor. So I'm going to go and see if I can find a cheap, bigger compressor, something that's going to hold that that 90, at least 90 bigger volume of that, I think is it. Anyway, I'll do a bit of research. Cool, I'll come back to you. Rightio guys, I reckon I have this rim done. Oh, so I ended up getting a new compressor, a bigger one, bigger capacity. It worked heaps better. I'll bring you down and have a look at this. Alright guys, so this is, I should actually have, hang on, move that over there, slide that over there. The whole focus thing, I'll try and get it close to focus. So yeah, it's all been sandblasted as best as I can. I reckon I've done a pretty bloody good job. So there we go. So that is now ready for the paint. I've just got to wipe this down, blow it down, wipe it down with like what do you call it? Wax and grease remover. Give it a quick heat up, because I've got a few drops of water on it. Anyway, I'm rambling guys. I'm going to prep this properly, hang it up and paint it as quickly as possible, because while it's in this raw state, especially with, you know, condensation and bloody humidity and all that, I want to get that covering on there as quick as possible. Alright, I'm shutting up now. See ya. Rightio guys, so here it is. Here's the rim. It's got one coat of paint on it. These spokes, from a safety point of view, you guys are looking at these and you're seeing all the crud and the crap and the pitting and all that and going, oh, you know, it's unsafe. Well, it's not unsafe. These spokes have a slight amount of pitting. I don't know, it depends. It's all relative as to what you want to say. It's got a lot of pitting, or it's got a little, depends, you know. But the structural integrity of this wheel is still there. This isn't going to collapse under you. I mean, I've already ridden this when I first test rode it. I jacked it down on the trailer, so I had all the force on this, you know, pushing down on this front wheel all the way from Melbourne in the back of the trailer going boom, boom, boom. It was fine. I've ridden it around here. It's fine. Now I'm cleaning it up. And yeah, it was quite horrible looking and all that kind of stuff, but from a safety point, not a problem. Now, the re-rusting point, now that I've sandblasted that, I have confidently got rid of all the rust. It's having the epoxy paint painted on it. That will seal it. I mean, obviously over time it's going to get little scratches and all that kind of stuff, but it's not going to go back to the way that it was. This bike sat for quite a while, well, spent its life by the sea, and then after the bloke that owned it, who died, passed away, it just sat there and sat there and sat there, just slowly rusting with nobody doing anything to the bike, and that's why it's gotten so rusty as you've seen this bike. And all it needs, I believe, is good hard work and rub on it. Now, I've got to show you, and I'll give you a close-up of all this. We're going to turn to see if we can turn, because that was the other thing, we mightn't be able to turn these spokes. I'll show you that yes, you can still, these all still work. They're not rusted over. But I want to show you, actually, let's come down. Now, in my haste of when I did sandblast this, and it was a little bit bloody rainy, not bad, I was scared that this was all going to start rusting up because it was also bare metal. But I still had some of that stuff from the rust buster, was really gooey stuff, so I had ended up just painting straight over it. And of course the paint has all bubbled on it, so I've got to re-sandblast all this off. Alright guys, so as to whether this will turn, let's tighten. So there you go, you can see that that's turning. Hopefully you can see that. Cool. Rightio, so with all that, the other thing is that I've had, I get comments, and it's obviously from people that are new to obviously this bike series, or new to the channel. They don't know what I'm about, they don't know the idea behind this bike build, and saying like, you should just replace the springs, replace the spokes, or replace the wheel, even the shocks with the pitting in it, replace the tube. But this is a budget bike build. The idea of this thing is to buy a really cheap bike and then do it up, and that is so that you're looking at me doing it to this bike, and maybe I would be doing it for myself. I didn't have a lot of money. I wanted to buy a bike that I could get cheap and then spend my time, because my time is free to me, kind of. In my spare time, I can work on it and rub and scrub and all that kind of stuff, and get it back to where it's a decent looking bike. Now, obviously, and I don't think people haven't seen the start of this bike build, because one guy said, doing business, and if you do a shonky job and you won't get. This isn't my business. This is a hobby. I'm just showing you me doing it. And I paid $950 for this bike, and I'm going to sell it to somebody for $500. So this doesn't need to be showroom. It needs to be safe. I need to do as good a job as I can without just replacing everything. We live in the world where if something doesn't work, just replace it, throw it in the bin, we'll buy a bloody new thing. Well, you don't have to do that. If you enjoy doing this type of stuff, which I do, I enjoy doing it. I get entertainment out of this. So I don't want to just go, oh bugger it, I'll just buy I'll buy a new rim, a new tire, I'll buy new shocks. Why don't I just buy a new bloody bike? There were things like the rear shocks I had to buy. There was nothing I could do with those shocks. They were badly rusted. I could have fixed the rust, but the actual shocks themselves were knackered. The sag in it, it actually made for a really good, comfortable bloody ride on it, but they were knackered. So you've got to weigh, and it's always a personal thing. Me, I'm weighing up things in my head. You will look at something and you will weigh things up in your own head. But anyway, so I suppose most of the comments were really good, and it's constructive stuff. But I think I get myself in the problem because I show everything. I'll show I show in high detail, and you know, if there's something wrong with something, I'm showing you, I'm giving you a close-up of it, especially in this particular thing, because you know, people are signed on to Patreon who'll end up paying $40 to have the chance of buying this for $500. I want them to see everything, all that goes into it, even though they're only buying it for $500. It's a bargain of the bloody bargain of the century here, right? Yeah, I'm now rambling. So what I've got to do now is I'm just going to go and re-sandblast all this stuff, and then today's a really good day. I'm going to knock all the paint so that this should have the 4 coats on it. I'm not going to show you the sandblasting. Last week you saw a little bit of it. It's just too difficult. You know, I only have that one good camera, and I just can't. I can't stuff that lens on it because it just costs too much money to replace it. All right, cool. Rightio guys, so this is the 4th and final coat on the old front rim. Rightio guys, so I'll let that sit, let that flash off, and then I'll come and bring out and we'll have a bloody close look at it and see how it's turned out. Rightio guys, so this has now, it's pretty much all of it is touch dry. I'm going to try and give you a look at it, but maybe later on when I can actually handle it and move this thing around. I'm going to put my glasses on so I can try and get this focus happening. Alright, so I'll do this slow so you can see it. So obviously we can see the pitting on there. Now just remember, that looks really bad, but we're so close up looking at it. I managed to fix up all the inside of that stuff, managed to sandblast all that stuff off, and yeah, got all that painted up really well. If we look down at the rim where it had all the pitting around there, having the 4 coats, I reckon has covered that pretty good. I mean, obviously you can still see it, but because this wheel is satin black, I think, yeah, I mean, once that's on the bike, you're just not going to, it's not going to be noticeable at all. And remember, from a safety point, I honestly do not see any problem whatsoever with it. I'm sure some people will comment and go rah rah rah, but I am very happy that nobody will have a problem running on that rim. Cool. Alright guys, so when it's hot, you're sweating and you're sandblasting with black stuff, this is what you end up looking like. But look at this, I'm turning into a monkey. Crazy. All right. Oh my God! How far does it go? Ah! Oh, holy crap! The disease is spreading. Rightio guys, so I have cleaned myself up. So that was 2 hours of solid sandblasting of that rear wheel, obviously this piece here, and I'll show you in a minute the 2 front forks. I'll bring you over, give you a quick look at this. So this pretty much was in pretty good nick, like all the outer, all the rim part was fine. The spokes had rust on it, but nowhere to the extent of what the front wheel was. So this has all come up really, really well. So that's ready for paint. That's just the bit that goes over, so that's ready for paint. Rightio guys, so I'm not going to show you the painting of that back rim. It's exactly the same process of what I did with the front one. There will be 4 coats of that Dulux epoxy enamel paint, whatever the hell it is. $10 a can. It is pretty good pricing on it, and it's really tough when you give it that 7 to 10 days of cure. They're pretty well, I've been told that, and Matt has said with his rims he's had it and he's never had a chip on them. All right, so now these forks. So as you can see there, what I had to do was sandblast these because they have a clear coat, and under the clear coat is a grey coat. It actually took quite a bit to remove that stuff on it. It's pretty solid stuff, but that's just back to bare aluminium. So if you look at that, most probably, no, it won't be the next time you see it. I will now show you the process of what I'll do to get that to go pretty much, real chrome shiny colour. Now you'll see that I also sandblasted this because I'm going to paint that. These things are just too far gone. I just can't do anything with them, and it's just, yeah, they're crap. So I'm going to paint them black, the same color as what I'm doing, the satin black. This part here is, these parts down here are not too bad. Well, in actual fact, from there up until about there, they're really good. That'll be left. I have ordered some gaiters which may cover that, but it will just depend on the look whether I use them or not use them. So there you go. Cool. So I'll come back to you. I'll come back to you with the painted, finished rear stuff, and then we'll get stuck into this. Rightio, guys. Let's go and see how this rim has turned up. Rightio. So we have a bolt that goes into there. So that's that piece there, all nicely painted up. I reckon it's come up all right. And then the rim, hopefully it's still a bit tacky. Slow that down a bit, guys, so you can see it a bit better. But yeah, I know this has come up really, really well. Super impressed. It'll be actually great, guys, to oh Jesus, bloody Bella, the before and afters of the two rims. So there we go. What are you doing, Perks? Hey, what are you doing? Bella want to play, does she? There you go. All right, so now what I'm going to do is those forks. Rightio, guys, so now we're going to get to work on these shocks. Now what I'm going to do tonight, because this is Wednesday night and I've got to have this video up for Thursday, I said I was going to have those rims done, which you see I've got those two rims done, and I wanted these shocks done. So I'm just going to work on the one, and I'm just going to show you. So that's been sandblasted, all the paint clear and grey coat off there, so that's just straight bare aluminium. But I'm now going to turn that into chrome. Beautiful, shiny, sparkly chrome. So there you go. From that raw thing, I'm first going to use 320 grit sandpaper, just dry. Then I'll move to the 800. I'll most probably use water with this. This is wet and or dry sandpaper. Then I'll hit it with 1500, which will be wet, using water while doing it. And by that time it's going to be really, really shiny. You'll see even when I hit it with this 320, it's crazy. The 320. Then after that, I'll most probably get away with just using this polish and not using a special, any other different polish stuff. I think I should get away with just using that, and after that it should be shiny chrome. Cool, let's get into it. Rightio, guys, I'm just going to use one of these bloody foam Duvalakis. So we've got your 320, wrap that around that, and that'll just work to go around this. So I'm not pushing really hard, just medium pressure, like that. Then a wipe, and already I think you should be able to see instantly just starting to get a shine up. That's pretty much all I'm going to do with that 320. So what I'll do now, guys, is I'll go over the whole thing. I'll come back, show you the end bit, and then we'll move on to the 800. Rightio guys, I wanted to give you a closer look. So if I turn this around, you'll see that's what it was. That's what we're getting it to. And then if I come down here, so you'll see this type of stuff. So I'm going past that. So we're really just getting to that bit, that stuff there. Hopefully that's, yeah. Chrome's always hard to get a focus on. Rightio guys, so I've been going at it. I've got to tell you, I've cheated. So that 320 grit that I was using, the foam rubby thing, I've actually stuck it to this drill so I can do that. Now, I don't know if that's, you should do that. I don't know if doing it that way is going to be any detrimental craziness. But I tell you what, it is just making light work. The problem that I was finding is that these shocks have factory markings in them just from the machining. And you've got to try and get, if you want that real good chrome look, you've got to get past that stuff. So it was just going to take a lot. I'm getting too old for, but no, I'm not. I just like to cheat. If I can cheat, why the bloody hell not? So I've done that. So let's, as a comparison, and this is just going to that first sanding, that's the difference that we've already got in that first sand. I reckon that's pretty bloody awesome. Alright, so the next thing is the 800. Now, I don't believe I can cheat with this, but we'll just see what happens. Rightio guys, so I don't know if we're going to see us, you guys are going to see us straight up, but let's find out what's going to happen when we hit it. I'm not going to use water, just do it dry for the moment. Wow, look at that. Yeah, that's, so I can see, I'll see if I can get you down closer, see if I can do it handheld. So we can see all the scratching, different scratch marks on there. When we come down here, it's dulling out, but we're removing all those scratches. So don't worry about this dulling off, because that's going to just come up magic later. Cool, so I will continue with this 800 just with the hand because that seems like it's pretty bloody easy. I won't use water at this stage. I think I'll wait with the water till the 1500. Cool, see you soon. Rightio guys, welcome to Mark's Sweatshop. Okay, so that has now got the 800 done on it. You most probably can't really see much of a difference between the two. Obviously I can, and I can really feel it. That's just smooth as. So now we're onto the 1500. I'm going to get a bucket, put some water in it and start rubbing. Cool. Rightio guys, so 800 grit, bucket of water. And basically, that's what I'm going to do all over that. I'll come back to you. Rightio, so the 1500 wet rub is now being done. So hopefully we're going to pick up. So you can already see it's getting it's getting closer to chrome. But basically all the big scratches are out. Now there's going to be spots like around here. I don't know if this is going to pick it up. But this part here is, I haven't really concentrated on that because when this is on the bike, that's how it's going to sit like that. So this side here, where I haven't worried too much, is on the inside of the wheel, and you don't really see that. It's the front side and that front side. The front and the side of the bloody fork, Mark. So there you go. All right, now for the piece de resistance. I'm hoping this is going to work, but I have done it before. I just haven't done it this exact same process. So now we're going to get a rubbing cloth and this stuff and see what happens. Rightio guys, here we go. Let's see if we get that chrome look. Well, hello, Mr. Chrome. God, I love it. Love it when it works. Wow, check that out. I don't know if you guys can see that. Ah, cameras and chrome, I tell you what. Alright, here we go. So hopefully we can pick this up. There it is. There's your chrome, guys. That is what we were, come on, focus. That's what we were looking for, and that's just on the first rub. Is that not magic? Bloody magic! Alright, I'll get all this rubbed up till it's completed thing, come back to you, and then hope this will most probably be the finish of this. What is it? Number 7. I don't know what it is. Alright, cool. It's getting late, guys. Back to you in a minute. Rightio, guys, so that's it. I'm officially finished for the night. It's 12:25 at night. 12:26. Time to clean up and go to bloody bed. But I can't, because actually this footage I've got to add to the thing to render it for then uploading for tomorrow night. But anyway, that's bloody not your problem, that's mine. So here is that oh, let's just turn this light on. Hopefully you can see that. Is that not bloody awesome? I mean, to go from that, which is what we originally had, to that. It's so hard to see in this little screen whether I've bloody shown it right. Cool banana, so that's it. That is episode 7 of the Virago 250 budget bike build. Like I said before, it's too late at night. So what are we doing next week? So I will have that other shot, so they will be done tomorrow, because it's late and I'm bloody talking too loud as it is. I'll get the buffer thing on this, use that and give that a real good going over. I mean, that's really good as it is, but it'll come up even better. That done. I noticed, I don't know if I told you, we've noticed that I missed on that rear wheel, there's some of the spokes on the inside that I've missed, so I had to wait 24 hours, or after 24 hours, to do a second coat, so I've got to fix those up. So next week I'll show the finished those two. I'm not putting the wheels on, I'll most probably wait about 2 weeks, really make sure that they're really hard on before I put the tyres back on them, because I don't want to chip them, make sure it's fully cured. And then we've got to the bikes down here, and we see him. So I'll most probably start pulling this off, and I most probably I want to get this bloody tank off so I can get right in. And but at the same time, I don't want to pull too much off because I don't have a lot of room around here, and I'm having bits and pieces stuck all over the joint. And then if I add to that and other things, my brain just explodes. So, like as usual, I'm rambling. All right, guys. Keep on riding, and if you ain't riding, keep on keeping on.